Hey, yeah, no, I remembered what today was. I did not just get pinged and then hit go live and remember at that moment. I've known all day. I've been thinking about it all day. I'm definitely prepared for this show. What about you? You good?
I'm great. I'm eating some Kroger chicken fries right now.
Um, I've ever had Kroger's chicken fries. I think I have, and they're pretty decent.
They are pretty good. I think I overcooked them a bit because I don't have proper air fry instructions, but you know.
Right. You know what wasn't decent?
Uh, that football's over.
Well, that and just some of the general football that's been going on. So, how about we just dive into it?
All right.
Okay.
Start us off.
Well, we got any? Is there any interesting news? Not like, well, I mean, other than like the games happening, but anybody been fired, killed, molested?
Cam Ward, I think Western Kentucky, and generally considered the #1 QB in the transfer portal, ended up declaring for the draft.
Okay.
So that's happening. And then DJ Ukulele is going to FSU.
Oh, a fate worse than death, some would say. I see here on ESPN, Zach Wilson. He's done.
Yeah,
he's pretty much done. He's cooked.
Last week of the NFL regular season, a lot of people are getting benched just because the season's over.
Right.
Panthers owner David Tepper got fined $300,000 for throwing his drink on a opposing team fan.
Okay. Now hold on a second. Is that in bad taste? Yes. Should you be fined a lot of money for it? I don't think so. I mean, yes, he's a billionaire, and $300,000 is probably like, I don't know. He probably pays more yearly for his avocado toast or something.
Yeah, I saw someone like do some math on it, like compared to like the average income person, and
right.
like in comparison, it's like fining an average income person like $1.50.
Yeah. Well, I mean, again, we got to like consider, a lot of rich people.
Right, sure.
Yeah. But still, yeah. That's kind of funny. It's kind of hilarious. I don't know. I mean,
well,
listen.
Here's my view on it.
Okay.
I think David Tepper is an awful owner, so I kind of want him out of the NFL.
Okay. Well,
so,
that's.
I mean, hey, if this like starts leading towards that, I'm all for it.
Right. Okay. That's a base take. Honestly, I didn't think of it that way, but that's base. So yeah, because he is a little bit of a.
He's
a little bit of a wild
overly
card.
Involved. He's a bit of a wild card. He's overly involved in actual team decisions, and he's not good at said decisions.
Mm-hmm.
And listen, I like, especially for teams that I don't really give a shit about. Like, yeah, Bryce is there. Would you like to see him do good? But I don't think anyone's going to do good on the Panthers. So
right.
I'd like to see him gone. Okay.
No, that's base. That's a very base take that I actually agree with. So. That's it for news. Let's move into talking about these games. Now, all right. So we didn't do a show last week, so we got a lot of bowl games to talk about. I'm going to be real with you. I didn't watch hardly any of them.
There's a lot of not great bowl games if we're being real.
Fish Tank's been on. Then there was the holidays, all this other stuff. Not just, and so let's talk about something real quick before we jump into it. But there needs to be a discussion outside of us. Like, everyone needs to have it. But, like, bowl games are starting to not mean anything. Like, I think they still mean a lot to, like, little shit-ass schools, right? Like, Georgia Southern and Ohio laid their lives on the line for this game, right? Like, no one set out that I'm aware of. Everyone, they put their heart and soul into this game because it meant everything. I mean, this is a bowl game. Bro, you're Georgia Southern and you're playing in the Myrtle Beach Bowl? Hell yeah, dude. Look, chance at a winning season. Chance at, some level of immortality within your program and your alma mater. Free trip to Myrtle Beach.
Hell yeah.
Come on, man. But you get down, I'm pretty sure we talked about all those games anyway, but then you get down into like the ones that we didn't get to talk about, which was, let's see, I think our last show was the 19th. So anything after that. So like, I think even like Georgia Tech and UCF had people sit out, right? Like,
yeah, I mean, you kind of get into those schools that kind of expect to have a bowl game every year.
Yeah.
And that's when people start sitting out. And it's like,
which is so stupid. And listen, the way things are shifting, I get more respect every year for Bryce last year and Anderson for playing that game. And I don't remember what goal we played. Kansas State. I can't remember what bowl it was. It was just some dumb shit ass bowl.
I think it was the Sugar Bowl.
I don't even think it was the Sugar Bowl. 2022 Sugar Bowl. It might have been. No, it was. Okay. The Sugar Bowl, I mean, it wasn't a playoff. It was number 5 versus number 14. So, I mean, that's still kind of a big-ish deal, right?
Right.
But, I mean, that was very easily a bowl that Bryce Young, who at the time was still projected to be number 1. That was kind of before the big, like, C.J. Stroud stuff started popping off. He was projected to be number 1, and Will Anderson, was that his name?
Yes, Will Anderson.
Will Anderson was like number 3, 4. He was somewhere.
He was the number 1 defensive player in the draft.
Yeah, they were both kind of in that top 5, top 10ish expected. You would expect those two guys to go. It's like, all right, I'm tapping this one out. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, they went 1 and 3, so.
Yeah, they played. They played in the Sugar Bowl. It just. And I mean, I know you probably, I don't know if you can make a rule against that. You probably can't. But I don't know. Maybe it speaks to like a larger culture thing, which I guess it does. Because if anyone can, if it seems that the only person who can keep these kids from doing that is Nick Saban and no one else can, then I guess so. But it's just, there's so much about college football that just absolutely sucks, man. And it's real rough. Because I mean, even going beyond like the issues of that, NIL and all these issues, and it all feeds off each other, and then we're getting into this like super conference thing. And people are talking about having sort of, go ahead.
You've also got the transfer portal deadline being before the bowl game. So if you want to hop in the portal, you have to do it before the games.
Yeah. I've been saying this whole bowl season, right, that the transfer portal shouldn't even be an option until the day after the Natty. I just like that just seems like an obvious like fair thing, right? Like you shouldn't be able to. It's just ridiculous because it ties into like a larger thing that I'm not going to get into because it starts getting a little beefy, but it's a larger thing that's indicative of like the declining culture of our country in general, and just like the way people like view loyalty and stuff. Like I said, it's a whole other thing. I won't get into it. We'll start going. I'll look at some of these games. I watch some of these games, but as I scroll down, I don't actually remember any of them.
I don't think I really paid attention until the 29th.
I'm gonna be real. The only ones that I actually remember are I remember the Pop-Tart Bowl because that was insane.
Oh, yeah.
Where they ate the Pop-Tart guy alive, which was strange. I remember the South Alabama Eastern Michigan game because a fight broke out at the end, which was kind of funny, actually. I mean, old boy
South Alabama beat them and then whooped their ass.
Yeah. Yeah. And then an Eastern Michigan guy had a running start and punched a guy in the back of the head, and like the whole team just swarmed him. Very funny. Hey, not the first time a team from Michigan has gotten whooped in December by a team from Alabama and been real butthurt about it. That's obviously not applicable to this year, but let's see. Coastal Carolina won. Let's go. What we got here? Kansas. Hey, Kansas got that bowl game, dude.
Speaking of Kansas, because I'm seeing they put University of Las Vegas, I actually remember seeing some shit about this regarding University of Las Vegas and like their refs or something involving the refs that constantly do their games like might be incredibly rigged.
Las Vegas is rigged? No.
Come on. Right? But like, come on. I don't remember the exact details. I just remember being like super suspicious, like very blatant, obvious stuff going on in like every Las Vegas game.
Wait, that's going to be a recurring trend on the Tonight Show, I feel like. So, USC beat Louisville. Shocker. Oh man, TAMU lost to Okie State. Now this one was actually a close one for a while. I legitimately thought TAMU was going to get this one, but nope. Tulane
Classic
lost.
Bama.
West Virginia won. Oklahoma lost.
That was fucking funny.
That was
Tell you
funny.
what, though, dude, that Arizona team,
Right?
that if they start, like, I mean, I know we said it earlier in the year, but if that Fafita kid started earlier, they might have not been playing on the 28th, and they might have been playing a bit later in the year.
It's very possible. They were, I mean, they got on a streak there. I don't know. Is this Arnold kid? No, that's not them. That's OU. Hold on.
No, it's
Fafita.
Noah
Yeah,
Fafita.
Yeah, Noah Fafita. He is holy shit, he's a freshman? Ooh.
Yeah.
Woof. Okay. Well, good luck, whatever conference you're going to that I can't remember because they're all shifting.
Big 12?
Oh, yeah. Oh, no. They're going to rip ass. Okay. Yeah, no, guaranteed. Let's see. Kansas State, Boston College. Hey, yo, Boston College got a bowl? Let's go.
They won a bowl against a ranked team.
Good
ranked
job,
11 and 3
guys.
SMU.
No, you know what's even crazier? Rutgers won a bowl against Miami.
That was great.
That was weird. That was just strange. You know what else was strange? And I know this is going to be the one where everyone was like, oh, well, they all set out. Missouri beat Ohio State in, I think, possibly the most boring bowl game in history.
Like, this game was terrible, but it was really fucking funny to see.
It was really funny, but like, I mean, you probably, I don't know. I'm not a stats guy. Don't ask me, and don't try and fact check me. But I bet you'd have to probably go back to like pre-war to find a bowl this boring and this low scoring. This was ridiculous. The only points were scored in the first quarter and then at the very end.
Yep.
And Missouri, hey, good job for Missouri though. That's a big season and a big win. And now I know Ohio State had like everyone out. Their quarterback had transferred. Marvin Harrison Jr. was out with something, I think. I can't remember what his deal was.
I don't remember if he was injured or was just sitting because he's probably going one or.
I feel like he got
He might be
hurt.
going one in the draft.
Marvin Harrison Jr. I don't know. I don't think he just said it. I think he might have. Well, yeah, I'm not certain I think he might have been hurt because I mean I'm seeing stuff and it's like, oh, it's from a month ago, but he was still kind of saying like, oh, I don't actually know if I'm going to the NFL, so who knows? I don't know. Anyway, good job, Missouri. Round of applause. Notre. Go ahead.
It said he opted out.
Oh, okay. I could have sworn I saw something or heard something. It's like he's maybe hurt, but I guess I don't know. I could have just made that up. So
I don't know.
Notre Dame won bigly against Oregon State. Clemson won a little bit of a nail biter against Kentucky, but hey,
They did. I mean, 28 points in the fourth quarter. Oof.
Shout out to Dabo. He has not lost a game since 12-year-old Tyler called him up and called him a piece of shit. You know? So apparently that's just what every coach needs. They need a child to call them on their radio show and tell them they suck and that they shouldn't be paid any money.
Yeah, I did see people were clowning on Dabo for being so passionate after a win, like saying, "Oh, he's collapsed. He's cheering over a win in the Gator Bowl." Like, my brother in Christ, you should be passionate if you're in any bowl game winning. Like, that's what we need in college football. We don't want people who just like, who cares? I'm in the Gator Bowl. Like, we want people popping off with their wins in bowl games, even if they're a once good school.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, beating Kentucky, right? I mean, that's their SEC, dog. You know.
Yep.
And they were hyped up. Yeah, it was a rough season there, kind of at the end. But no, look, hey, I kind of goof on Dabo a lot because he's a goofy guy, but I will not disrespect him because that man loves football.
Oh, yeah.
I will not clown on a guy that loves football, even if they sometimes love it a little too much. So, Memphis and Iowa State. I didn't watch that, but it's nice to see Memphis keep doing well. So,
is it rigged that Memphis got to play in Memphis?
Yeah, I love that.
All right.
Although maybe not, because I mean you're still in Memphis, so
that's fair enough.
All right. So, I'm so happy to talk about this one. Oh, I'm tingling. I'm tingling with excitement to discuss this one. Capital One Orange Bowl, Hard Rock Stadium, Miami Gardens, Florida. Beautiful sunset. Beautiful orange sunset.
this game was happening. It started when I was in the airport, and
I remember
I think
that.
I got on the plane about first quarter, landed sometime in like I think the fourth quarter.
So yeah, when you took off, it was like a 7-0 game, I think. And it was like, oh yeah, Florida State might get this. And then when you touched down, it was like 50-something to 3.
Yeah.
Like, Jesus Christ. This game was an absolute shellacking. Now, I haven't looked for it. I haven't seen it, but I'm sure Florida State fans are making some excuse. But
100%. Their excuse is all the opt-outs.
Right. Here's the thing, though. You still have a bunch of, like, 4 or 5-star talent sitting behind them. And Mike Norvell, who's supposed to be, like, the greatest coach of all time, according to you, right? So,
right.
You should be able to coach them up a little bit to score more than 3 points.
Right, and adding to that, like, Georgia didn't have arguably the best player in college football, Brock Bowers, playing this game because he was hurt.
Right.
And Georgia's backups, who didn't get first-team snaps because they're backups, and the main players didn't opt out, also shredded the FSU backups. So, like, what's your excuse there?
Right.
Nothing. They're basically flaming their players that are going to be starters next year for being backups and saying that's why they lost, not just because they're shit.
Yeah. Well, hey, it's okay. DJ Ukulele is going to turn the ship around. Is this one of the bigger blowouts in a bowl? I think it's probably not like one, not all time, but
it's the biggest in history.
Oh, so that's kind of funny actually. Then, so Georgia's done that back to back then with TCU last year. Obviously, that was the biggest blowout in a natty, and then they come and do the biggest blowout. Like in that, I respect Georgia. In no other respect do I respect them, but just that one, I do respect that they just knock the wheels out of people.
Realistically, Georgia should have been in the playoffs, but hey,
I
think they should have been over Texas.
I think Georgia would have beat Washington. Yeah, I don't even think there's no doubt in my mind. I think they would have beat them. I do see something here, though, because, of course, Florida State people are going to say, oh, well, we should have been over Alabama. I got a bad memory. I'm getting old. Under Georgia, so it's got the number 6 next to the name. Right. And then under it, in parentheses, it says 13-1. What does that 1 mean?
It means they lost a game.
Can you tell me who they lost to?
4th place team, Alabama.
That's right. That is true. Anyway, moving on. Hey, this was a good game. This was a really good game. My dad lost his shit over this game. My dad is a closet Ole Miss fan. And he has more passion watching Ole Miss games, I think, than sometimes he does Alabama.
You kind of like to see it.
I don't get it. He's not from Mississippi, so I don't really understand.
But I mean, you guys have lived there for a pretty long time.
Yeah, we've been here for a while. Yeah. But I mean, okay. Whatever, but yeah, he was freaking out about this in the beginning because they were playing a little stupid. The first half, even though they did kind of start running away with it, they were not playing. A lot of problems here. Dart looked good, and Dart is coming back next year, by the way. So, yeah. Auburn, Maryland.
So, not shocked at all at the result of this game because Auburn does not have a quarterback. And when you can't throw the ball downfield, you're not going to win any games. Now, I do have to point out this Hank Brown kid, who was apparently the passing leader in this game with 132 yards, is a freshman for Auburn. They put him for the last 2 drives. He isn't the worst. He's certainly better than Peyton Thorne and Holden Geriner.
Do you mean?
Hey, who knows?
Oh, Geriner? I don't know. He's kind of a goofy looking dude, though. A little bit.
Well, Hank Brown looks like.
That's what I'm saying.
Looks like a Zoomer.
Yeah. I guess all Zoomers kind of look goofy. No offense.
Hey, from Nashville.
Oh, yeah. So he was at home for this game. Yeah, no, Maryland. Tagovailoa didn't play in this game, did he? No, he didn't.
No. His college career is over.
Yeah, hey, he had a pretty decent one, though. He had a pretty decent career. Good, smart move, because, he was at Alabama for, like, a semester.
Right.
And I think he pretty early realizes, like, not only do I not want to live in the shadow of my brother, I don't think I can. Let me go somewhere where I can actually have a good career. And Maryland was notable for like the first time in ever, I think.
Hot minute, certainly.
Hot minute.
This does remind me, speaking of this, of some news for the college segment.
Okay. So yeah, hey, good. Hey, round of applause for Talia Tagovailoa. Good kid. Now this game was kind of crazy. I didn't watch this because it was like on, I don't know. They streamed this on like OnlyFans or something. I don't know where the hell this was. The Barstool Arizona game. No, Barstool Sports Arizona Bowl, Toledo and Wyoming. Big shout out to Wyoming here, by the way. I know Wyoming's like kind of like a lesser team, air quotes, but you know, hey,
good. Josh Allen's team.
Yeah, hey, good point. Good for them. Nail biter. I think it came down to like a field goal or something. So shout out to them. Son of a bitch. Can we just skip this game?
Well, let me preface it with let's all remind the viewers of the multi-week scandal this season.
Right.
Where a certain team was basically exposed that have been like literally cheating for the past few years. So, I mean, they can rest on their laurels now and maybe lose to Washington. But, I mean, a few years down the line, when that asterisk is attached to all their wins and they're vacated, hey, was it worth it?
Yeah, it doesn't change the fact that we played like shit, though.
No.
It doesn't change the fact that we played like absolute shit. When we needed him to have his best game, Jalen had not his worst game, because his worst game was Texas. But he did. Right. He had a really, really, really bad game.
Well, you know who else had a really, really bad game in that game?
Who's on?
That dog shit center who I did see has entered the transfer portal.
Thank God. Fucking, I'm on the road to Tuscaloosa right now to help that brother pack. Good God, he was a problem all damn season.
Yeah, I mean, there was like what 4+ botched snaps in this game, that including the last play.
Because everyone's clowning on Milroe for the last play in overtime. Which, all right, let's back up here a little bit and let's preface and discuss it. So this is the Alabama team, lost to Texas, right? Almost went to halftime 3-3 with South Florida, not Central Florida. Can't even be that good. South Florida.
Right. Credit to South Florida. Where was their bowl game? They did beat Syracuse 45-0.
Okay, so decent team, I guess. But still, I mean, we're Alabama, so. Right. You know, I believe if you check the tape, I'd written this team off at some point and said it's very possible we have a losing season, right?
I think so, yeah.
I know. I legitimately, I'm not even joking. I legitimately at one point said, I think privately and on this show, I said, we're going to have a losing season. We might need to start thinking about like telling Saban to go buy a farm or something, because he just doesn't have it anymore. Boy, howdy, was I wrong. We did not lose a game after that. We beat Georgia and kind of, I don't even want to say we beat ourselves in this game. Michigan played pretty good in this. Like they were a threat.
Some say the way they were getting through the O-line was almost suspiciously good.
Okay.
Like they knew the play beforehand.
The defense, sure. But the JJ McCarthy to Blake Corum connection shredded us every single time. And I don't really think you can cheat that. I mean, I'm sure there's some way you can, but those are just two.
They knew your defensive play calls as well.
I think they're also just legitimately talented players.
Well, I think even, I mean, we even say it last year, Blake Corum is really good at ball.
Blake Corum this game was on Blake Corum's back. He carried this 100%. Michigan team. Yeah. There was some bullshit that he pulled off that I just rewatched a couple of times and I was like, there's no way. There is absolutely no stinking way. But it did. And yeah, you're right. Botch snaps all over the place. Terrible. Jalen got sacked, what, 5 times?
A lot.
Maybe more.
There was one point where it was 3 in a row.
Yeah, so it even could have been, it could have been that in the first half. It sucked. It was real bad.
It's like there were 6 total sacks in the game.
Okay. So We did get him to overtime. The last snap, which everyone is clowning on Milrow for, is like, oh, why'd you run it straight over the middle? Because it was a botched snap. It was supposed to be an RPO. And what's he supposed to do? Botched snap, has to take time to recover it. They're bearing down on him because his O-line can't do shit. He just runs for it. And that's what he knows to do, is run for it. It's fourth down. You don't have any other. You can't just throw it away and try again. Fourth down, you got to make a decision. It wasn't the right decision, but I don't think there was really a better decision. So
no.
Listen, 12-2, SEC champs. There's a lot of teams in this country who would legitimately consider selling their children to see a season like that. And I recognize how spoiled I am as an Alabama
You broke the 29-0 streak.
We did.
Add that in there.
We did. Yeah, we ruined FSU and Georgia's seasons, which I feel like really counts for something. So I'm upset. I'm upset because I'm frustrated, right? Because it could have been so much more. But
right.
I can't be angry because it was still a good season. Alabama,
better than last year.
Saban coached these kids up. I mean, I got they were there was some like award for like Coach of the Year or something that he's nominated for. I legitimately think he should get it, because to take these kids who literally just had stopped believing in themselves, right, and to get them to here, that's insane. That's insane. And with no real big star power. Now we've developed a little bit of star power. McClellan is going to be a household name, right? But I don't know. All I can say is I hope Washington beats the absolute dog shit out of them.
Yep.
So,
because number one Penix guy.
That's what I've heard. That's the rumor that's going. That's the rumor that's going around the office. Is you're a big Penix guy? Yeah.
Oh yeah, number one Penix. Speaking of,
this was. I didn't watch this
good
game.
Bowl game.
Oh, I wouldn't know. I didn't watch it because I was really frustrated.
I imagine you were a bit depressed at this point.
Yeah.
But
I just went and watched the Twilight Zone marathon. So, it was good. I did see bits of it. Penix looked great. Shocker. Threw for almost 500 yards. Texas gave him a run for their money though. And I'm hoping it's because Texas was really good and not because Washington was really bad.
Well, I mean, to Washington's credit, no one was giving them a shot going into this game. Texas was the favorite.
Right.
Everyone's saying, all right, Texas is one of the best teams in the country. Like, people completely written off Washington. They're a Pac-12 team. They don't play anyone. Hey, 14-0, going to the Natty.
Hey, can we give a quick shout out here, by the way? Going into the Natty, we have two undefeated teams who are number 1 and number 2, which once again proves that the BCS was a perfect system.
Yeah.
Don't shoot the messenger. I'm just saying, because this has happened a lot of times where it ends up being the teams that would have been number 1 and number 2 anyway got in there. It's like, okay, well, I'm not complaining about more football. Don't get me wrong. I'm not complaining about more football. But I just think that's kind of funny. So, what I also think is funny is how Oregon knocked the absolute wheels off of Liberty.
Oh, yeah.
This was embarrassing. Who let this happen?
It was. Although what was also embarrassing, the first quarter there, like, Liberty almost convinced us, hey, 6-3 in the first quarter. Oregon's dead. Liberty is them.
Well, it was like it's like the Georgia FSU game, right? It was like, maybe they got a shot. No, never mind. Nope.
Second quarter hit. They put up 28 points in that quarter alone and never looked back.
Jesus Christ. Liberty shouldn't have been. They were this year's TCU, essentially.
Hey, I mean, they were 13-0.
Well, who'd they play, though?
I mean, They had a schedule.
Wisconsin, LSU. Tight one. LSU pulled it out, though. Big Nussmeier guy. Big Nussmeier guy.
Listen, I'm not saying LSU is in for some rocky years, but I might be saying Chip Kelly's no Coach O.
Oh, no, he's certainly not a Coach O, but nobody is Coach O, so that's kind of
right.
fair.
But I'm just saying, like, the past few years of Chip Kelly's success, it kind of been off Coach O recruits, and
that's true.
Now all those kids are gone, so we're going to see like full Chip Kelly recruiting classes. See what he can actually do.
That's true. Can't argue with that logic. And then the last game. Hey, look at this. Save the best for last, they'd say.
Damn right.
Oh, wow. Iowa didn't score a single point. Who could have seen that coming?
Right. So, of course, the big talk about Iowa is, oh, they've got a really good defense. Now, they scored 0 points. We put 35 on them with our freshman quarterback starting his first game because that bum-ass Joe Milton decided he's going to sit out for the draft. Like, all right, good luck. Enjoy being a third-string fucking backup if you even go, like, get signed to a team. He certainly isn't getting drafted. I mean, he might, just because, GMs are dumb and see, oh, a kid can throw a ball far. Let me sign him. But, yeah, back to Iowa. So the teams that Iowa built their big defense reputation off of were notably Big Ten West teams who all fucking suck.
Yeah.
That's all I really had to say on that is that, yeah, they had a good defense because they played shit teams all year.
Real and valid.
Yeah, that's college ball for the season.
Well, and then next Monday, of course, we got the Washington-Michigan game. I don't have anything to say about that other than I hope Washington beats the absolute dog shit out of them. Big LOL that actually Michigan is the favorite in this, but all the stat leaders are all Washington guys by a heavy margin.
Oh, yeah.
So I think Washington's got a real chance here. I will not be watching. I will be watching Raw and CM Punk's return to action. I think is he going to wrestle Monday?
I hope so.
I wouldn't be shocked.
He's already wrestled on non.
Yeah, he wrestled Dominique at a house show at Madison Square Garden a week or so ago. But yeah, I gotta hope so because I do not care about the Yankee Ball. So
fair enough.
All right,
So
hit me with some pro. You got some.
Right. So before we plop over to NFL, there was announced this week that XFL and USFL are merging.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, they are.
We'll be having the United Football League kicking off Saturday, March 30th, with a matchup between the two championship teams from last league.
I don't hate that for a couple of reasons. Okay, they're keeping the player hub, but game home system. You know what I mean? All the players are in a hub practicing and everything, but then they fly out to their town for a game.
Right. So and this gets all the spring football talent back in one league because it was really bad last year.
Well, that's exactly what I was about to say. So I liked XFL because it started right after the Super Bowl. I didn't like USFL because it started way later.
It was April.
And ran until July or something, which got too close to real football. So you got to this point where there was only a month without football. And that's not heart. What is it? Distance makes the heart grow fonder or whatever, right? You need that cool down period between football to make it mean more. And I kind of like that there's going to be a month off, or almost 2 months off actually, football. And then I don't know when their championship game is supposed to be, but I guess it'll probably be another 2 months or something. Then football again.
Yeah, so it's still 8 teams. The teams they picked to go forward were the Birmingham Stallions, your Roughnecks, Memphis Showboats, Michigan Panthers, Arlington Renegades, DC Defenders, San Antonio Brahmas, and St. Louis Battlehawks. Basically all the popular teams from each league.
Right. So the Battlehawks, obviously, were a good, big, kind of meme team, but I mean, they were good. Stallions, glad to have them back. That's my team. Of course, the Roughnecks are still in it. Did you say?
The Houston Roughnecks, which was also your team.
Yeah, so that's going to be a bit awkward. So I don't know. We'll see that. So yeah, I think it's gonna be exciting. It's gonna be exciting. I'm not angry about it. I like that it's merged. I like that it's not gonna be the Rock Show anymore. Ideally.
Hey, he's in WWE now.
Yeah, I don't love that, but I don't really like The Rock. I know that, but I know some people freak out if you hear that. It's oh my God, how can you not like wholesome Chungus Rock? It's I just don't. He's just not that interesting. I think he's massively overblown.
I mean, he kind of cooked Jinder Mahal, though.
He did. But Jinder Mahal kind of cooks Jinder Mahal, so.
That's fair. So, I guess we do have 2 weeks NFL. I'm just going to...
Yeah, just kind of blow through them real quick.
I'm gonna pick some highlights because a lot of these games suck.
Yeah.
I mean, shit. Did anything happen in Week 16 in the NFL?
I don't think so. It was pretty quiet. All
Dolphins
the more interesting.
Beat the Cowboys. Oh, Raiders beat the Chiefs. That was really funny on Christmas.
Oh yeah, that was funny. Was that just like the Chiefs have like kind of just checked out thing? They're looking to the playoffs, or what happened there?
I'm pretty sure Chiefs still had a shot at a better. No, maybe they are already out of the first seed contention, but no, that was just the Chiefs being shit. Like they were still fully committed. They just lost.
Okay, yeah, that's been a recurring
at home
theme.
On Christmas Day.
That's you loved it. Was Taylor there?
Yeah, she was.
You love to see it. You love to see it.
Ravens beat the absolute shit out of the Niners on Christmas night. And Brock Purdy threw 4 interceptions. Not great. The Ravens are looking like the #1 team in the NFL. And moving on to Week 17, hey, Joe Flacco.
Hey.
Man, what a guy.
That's my guy right there.
That Browns team is in the playoffs for the second time in 4 years. And the second time in like 30 years as well. Under Joe Flacco. And you kind of love to see it. I think it'd be really funny if the Browns with Joe Flacco end up beating the Ravens in the playoffs. It's because, Joe Flacco, Ravens legend.
Mm-hmm.
Saturday, December 30th, we had the Cowboys versus the Lions, which, of course, the refs blew this game. Guy probably bet on the Cowboys.
Oh, 100%.
Do respect Dan Campbell for just saying fuck it. Even though it's like 4 tries at this point, we're still going for 2 instead of going to overtime.
Based.
Do appreciate that.
Based.
And then December 31st, Bailey Zappi threw 3 ins and the Patriots lost. That's funny. The Bears scored 37 points to the Falcons. How about that? Eagles lost to the Cardinals. That's pretty embarrassing. Hey, your Saints beat the Bucks.
Yeah, we did. Hell yeah.
Which means they're still in playoff contention.
Not hell yeah.
Niners beat the Commanders. No shocker there. Jaguars shut out the Panthers. Ravens beat the shit out of the Dolphins. Now, of course, I am one of the biggest Dolphins guys on this show. But unfortunately, I don't think they're... I think the Dolphins... They've gotten pretty injured towards the end of the year, so unfortunately, I don't think they're going to be going on a run deep in the playoffs. Much that disappoints me, but I'm glad they're in the playoffs. Also saw Tyreek Hill's house got lit up today, so that
I did. Yeah, I was wondering. I saw that here on ESPN. I was wondering what the hell the context of that was. So
I don't know. He was at practice, and then I saw a tweet like, "Oh, Tyreek Hill rushes home out of practice because his house is on fire." Who knows? No one got hurt, so whatever.
Yeah, no, that's why I'm laughing.
He's got the money for it.
Oh yeah, he'll be fine.
I don't know. The rest of these games were kind of mid.
Mm-hmm.
Now, going into Week 18, we have multiple games that will decide playoffs. Let me see if I can pull off the playoff clinching scenarios for Week 18. So let's see. You start on with Steelers Ravens at 4:30 on Saturday.
That's a big one.
Steelers. So the Steelers can get in the playoffs if they win and Buffalo loses. They win and Jacksonville loses. Or if Jacksonville loses and the Broncos win. So they kind of have a lot they need to go right for them.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also another winning season for Mike Tomlin. So, he's probably happy with that.
Every single time.
Yep.
Every single time.
Texans Colts. I do believe this is a win. They have to win to get in. So this is a playoff game for those teams. Like there can be some crazy shit that happens if like multiple teams tie, they can get in, but that's not happening. So realistically, this is a Saturday night game is a playoff game. You love to see that.
You do actually.
Browns, Bengals. Any scenarios there? No. Are the Bengals eliminated?
No, surely not.
Eh,
I mean, they essentially should be. They're not going to win shit without Joe Burrow, but
Right. No, they are eliminated.
oh,
There's no scenario that they get in.
woof.
Tough scene.
I hate to
So
hate
they're
to say it.
eliminated. Vikings, Lions. I think the Vikings need to win this one. The Vikings are not eliminated yet. So the Vikings need them to win, Green Bay to lose, Seattle to lose, and then either the Bucks or the Saints to lose to get in.
Oh Jesus!
Tough scene.
Oh no! Yeah, well, hey, what if they do? Yeah.
Well, I do believe Dan Campbell said he's not planning to sit anyone. So good luck, Vikings.
Hmm.
Jaguars, Titans. I think so. Jaguars win, they're in, and then I think if they lose and people don't start tying, then they'll still get in.
Mm-hmm.
So they're basically guaranteed. I don't know that they'll go far, but yeah, the Jags are basically in. Jets, Patriots, they're both eliminated. Who cares? Falcons, Saints. So I believe both those teams are technically still in it. Yep.
Yeah, they're still, because that's they were talking with the Saints, Derek Carr, who, hey, Derek Carr had a great game last week. Let's not take away from that. Derek Carr had a great game. I wish he could have a few more great games instead of being incredibly inconsistent, but whatever. Hey, talking about, yeah, we're still in this. We still got this. They do not have this. They might still be in it, but I believe the fail clowns are even worse off than we are. So,
right. Well, so both of you do require Tampa Bay to lose to the Panthers. So good luck with that one.
God, never mind.
But yeah, so the Falcons get in if they win and Tampa Bay loses, and the Saints get in if they win or Tampa Bay, and then Tampa Bay loses or ties.
Right.
That's
son of a bitch.
Oh, actually, no. The Saints can also get in as a 7th seed if they win and Seattle loses and Green Bay loses.
Oh, okay.
So you've got a bit more that you can go well for you, but
not holding my breath.
I wouldn't hold your breath on that one. Yep. It's possible though.
It's possible, but it's not probable.
Right. Bucks. They basically need to not lose to get in. So I guess that's so they need to win or tie to get in.
Good luck, guys. You got this.
Yeah, I mean you're playing the Panthers, but hey, maybe the Panthers.
Hey,
last game of the season at home, they can upset the Bucks. Maybe something happens.
I've seen crazier.
Now the Bears are already eliminated from the playoffs at 7-9, but they are going into Lambeau and do have a chance to upset the Packers playoffs chances,
which would be hilarious.
It would be pretty funny.
I need that to happen, honestly.
I do too. Twice, 2 years in a row of people coming into Lambeau and costing them a playoff spot would be hilarious. Broncos, Raiders. I think they're both eliminated. Yes, they're both eliminated. Eagles, Giants. I guess this game kind of matters because the Eagles need to win to have a chance at winning their division. Seahawks, Cardinals. Let's see. What do the Seahawks need? They need to win and Green Bay loses. That's what they need. Chiefs, Chargers. That game doesn't matter. I think Mahomes is being benched because the game doesn't matter.
Probably smart.
Rams, 49ers. This game also doesn't matter for seeding at all. So I believe both Matt Stafford and Brock Purdy are being benched in this one. So enjoy the. I believe Carson Wentz is the backup for the Rams.
Oh, Jesus.
No idea who it is for the Niners, honestly. Oh, Sam Darnold. So we got Carson Wentz for Sam Darnold in this game. That's pretty fun.
No. Not a big Sam Darnold guy.
No?
No, not a big Sam Darnold guy.
All right, well, hey.
Hey.
He's probably going to win that game. But anyway, Cowboys, Commanders. Cowboys win that game. They secure the NFC East, so they're going to be going all out. They're favored by 13 points even. Really funny. Well, like, I want them to lose, but then that would make the Eagles the 2 seed, and I don't want that to happen either.
Kind of a catch-22 here, huh?
It really is. And then Sunday Night Football, final game of the regular season, Dolphins-Bills for the AFC East. And this, I believe this is basically a full playoff game for the Bills, because if they lose, they rely on like 3 other teams going a certain way to get in.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we got a few pretty spicy games, a few games that literally don't matter. Looking forward to that. And, I think that's all I got.
Oh, okay. What do you think, Tim?
There were felony charges against Patrick Mahomes' brother. Shocker.
Can he be executed for any of them? Please say yeah.
Well, unfortunately, it says that the charges were dropped.
Yeah, that's on brand.
Probably because he's Mahomes' brother.
Mm-hmm. So true. So true, bestie.
I mean, let's see. Anything else happen?
No.
Certainly not in college football.
Happened.
we're not going to discuss that. We're not
Nothing happened in college football.
We're not discussing that. We're not discussing.
Well, we had our college football chat.
We did, but we shouldn't.
The season ended with Georgia drubbing Florida State.
Yeah, and then nothing else happened after that. Everybody just went home.
Speaking of WWE in Alabama, that Obafemi kid won the NXT tournament.
Yeah, I saw you say that. That's good. That's a big old boy. That's a big old fella.
He's
that's 22. Old collard green eating some bitch.
Like, that dude is massive, and he is quite young. We didn't have the Carmelo Hayes heel turn yet. That was kind of disappointing.
That's been a slow burn.
It is. I thought it was happening this week, but then they fucking delayed the championship match. And, of course, delayed the heel turn.
He didn't work as a heel against Kevin Owens either in the tournament. It was definitely babyface versus babyface.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm not sure what he meant by this in this photo that I put in the channel, the Team Goon on CM Punk's t-shirt.
Oh, listen. Okay. No. You're opening a whole can of worms there. So
what did he mean by this?
We don't know. Well, listen, we'll see y'all next week.
All right.
Where's the stop recording button?